Hello everyone, I hope everyone's doing pretty good today. Just wanted to give you guys some background information in terms of the full moon in Libra. It just so happens that the sun as of now is in Aries, so it's opposing the Libra moon, which Aries and Libra are opposite zodiacal signs. So just to remind everyone, Aries is independent, self-interest, leadership, and action, while Libra is partnership, social life, balance, and fairness. So the overall general meaning of this particular full moon in Libra is that we must become more aligned with what is important to us as individuals and to incorporate this into our relationships and partnerships of all kinds by creating more balance within the relationship or partnership. So I just wanted to give you guys some little background information on it. And due to the opposing or the opposition, I wanted to go ahead and do a little special for you guys in terms of each sign. So go ahead and watch your sign and watch your reading and make sure to like, share, subscribe, and also comment and tell me what you guys think. All right. I also wanted to provide you guys with a card placement slash position, little key here. So for the first card, it stands for releasing, things you should be letting go of in your life. The second is retaining, things you should be holding close to you. The third card is receiving, things that are coming into your life. The fourth card is surroundings, how the world around you is affecting you. Then we have the fifth card, which is giving, what you should be giving to others. Then the sixth card is beginning, something new that will begin soon. And then the final card is your lesson, what you should be learning at this point. All right, guys, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Hello, Sagittarius, and here's your reading for the full moon in Libra. Let's go and shuffle. Guardian angels of love and light, ancestors lost and known in the seas of time, please intercede into this reading to provide Sagittarius with the direction and clarity as to which he or she seeks, and please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to relay the messages and read the cards as they're meant to be. All right, Spirit, let's go ahead and release the first card for releasing for Sagittarius. The Ten of Cups in reverse. Release the second card for retaining. The Ten of Swords in reverse. I apologize. The Nine of Swords. Go ahead and release the third card for receiving. The Two of Swords. I'm going to release the fourth card, Spirit, for surroundings. Okay, these two popped out. Go ahead and put them back in the deck. Release the card for Sagittarius' surroundings for Libra moon, the Libra full moon. Okay, Justice card. Go ahead and release the 5th card, please, for giving. Judgment. And please release the 6th card for beginning. The 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Alright, Spirit, go ahead and release the 7th card for lesson. The Daughter of Pentacles in reverse. I apologize, the Mother of Pentacles in reverse. What's wrong with me here? It's retrograde, I'm telling you. Make sure you guys see it all. Okay. So 4 things you should be letting go of in your life. Sagittarius, I feel like this card in this particular position is not giving too much of yourself. When you possibly know that you will not get that back in return or in tandem. Now maybe having better judgment on your rules of reciprocity or how much you give out to other people when you don't get the same in return. Just being able to know the difference between the two, maybe possibly knowing your self-worth a little bit as well. That kind of came out a little rude, but knowing what you deserve, there we go, and what you deserve back from other people. Just basically working on your give and take and make sure that what you're getting back is the same as what you're giving other people. Right. For things you should be holding close to you, the 9 of Swords. Is maybe coming out of a period of despair and worries and also self-battles. Coming out of those areas of life or coming out of those situations that bring you there. When I say it has a little bit to do with the even of the giving and taking and what you get back in return. And learning the difference between the two. I want to say that's probably what the vibe that I'm getting from, or the energy I'm getting from this card in this position. And hold close to you those people that don't bring those things to your life. I think that's very important as well. Yeah. Don't beat yourself up so much, because then it leads to the self-battles and it leads to the insomnia and it leads to the despair. Be a little better to yourself. So for the 3rd card of things that are coming into your life, well, comes with receiving, is possible conflict with other people that lead you to have those moments of being at an impasse with them. Learning how to avoid your decisions that lead up to this type of scenario. Make sure that your judgment's on point in terms of knowing when it's not going to work or knowing when enough is enough and not pushing the envelope too much in terms of with other people, because if you have to force things and you have to push and push and push, it serves its purposes at certain times, but you shouldn't have to push that much when it comes to other people or your relationships or certain situations. There's no need to push. It's okay to be fervent, or it's okay to be a little ambitious in terms of certain things. Like they say, good things are worth waiting for. But if you always find yourself at impasses with a situation or a person, it's probably not really worth your time. Okay, now in the fourth position of how the world around you is affecting you. Let's not worry so much about who gets what or possibly what's fair, which is very interesting because, I mean, it is the full moon in Libra, and this is the Libra card. It's a little strange. So maybe it is going to affect you a little bit more in terms of balance. Sometimes life just craps in our cereal, and we really don't understand why. But let's not get caught up in that. Let's not become overly consumed with the idea of why is this or why is that. Yes, we always need to anticipate things, and yes, we need to make sure that things are fair, but sometimes things just don't work out the way that they're supposed to work out. And what we end up finding is we end up learning from that situation, and we also end up enjoying the latent consequences of certain unfair, unbalanced situations, because knowledge is gained. And I don't know if you guys listen to Erykah Badu or know who she is, but when she says in one of her songs, knowledge is infinite, so it has infinitely fell on me. I feel like that's what I'm getting with this card. It's a gain of knowledge from fair and unfair situations. And when things maybe don't go the way that you would like them to or as planned, don't let that knock you off or knock your balance off or knock you off of staying ambitious and staying steadfast to your goals. And also maybe I'm getting also from this card in this position, doing the right thing, knowing that your slate is clean in the end because you chose the higher road or you chose the more mature way to do things. And also just to be fair as well to other people as well. Not saying that you're not, but just be a little bit more mindful of it and how we or how you approach situations as well. So for the fifth position, what you should be giving to others is came up as judgment. In this position, I want to say that what I'm getting from this is giving other people an opportunity to maybe see the truth, not hold back information, and also maybe a little bit more forgiveness. Being sure that your heart is always in the right place, and that you always be honest as well within any given situation or circumstance, because the truth always comes through. And Spirit has a very funny way of letting us know that and reminding us of, such enlightenment. Maybe also possibly having better judgment when it comes to circumstances so that you avoid the impasses and you avoid the self-destruction or the self-mutilation, or you don't put yourself in certain positions that don't really serve you too well. And that goes along with seeking the truth and knowing who deserves your time and who doesn't. Because like they say, when you learn your self-worth, you'll stop giving people discounts. And I feel like we can all take that in as a collective. But that also comes with knowing who to let in and who deserves to really know the real you. And we must be remiss of the comments and the opinions of people who don't, who are misled or develop these notions about us. But I think forgiveness is a big one. Because forgiveness is not necessarily for the other person, but forgiveness is for yourself. So you grant yourself the opportunity and the chance to move forward. Because it's not fun staying in a negative headspace or pretending being in that space. Because it's so exhausting to be angry all the time and to not forgive. Because you want to give yourself that chance to forgive. Because you want to give yourself that chance to move forward and to move on and to not let it hinder you any longer and become a burden. For the 6th card here, for something new that will begin soon. The 9 of Pentacles in this position, I want to say unforeseen happiness in certain situations that when you maybe think, that didn't really work out the way I wanted it to, or that's not what I planned, that's not what I had in my mind as to how things would turn out. But you never know what situations will bring. Back to knowledge, being infinite. You never know. A mistake could be cherished because it could bring things that were unforeseen or that were not foreshadowed. Unforeseen happiness within your family, unforeseen happiness within your ambitions, unforeseen happiness with things going wrong. I don't know why I'm feeling that. Yeah, it'll be tough, but you learn from the situation and wrong place, right time type of thing. But being okay with it and being okay with your mistakes. Things happen. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I'm getting from this card in this position. Unforeseen happiness. So for the final card and last, what your lesson is, what you should be learning at this point. Maybe be more loving towards people. Maybe more patience as well. And kind of doing things maybe your way more. In terms of not really making other people, not that you don't want to make other people happy, but you have to find that common ground, that middle point where you as well as other people are happy. Because with any kind of relationship, partnership, compromise is a big thing. But what people need to realize is when both parties compromise, they're both losing something. That's the only way. That's the only way that things can be fair. That's the only way that we can actually learn and give people that we know what we deserve back, and how we do these things and how we approach situations of the such. Also, maybe being more attentive in terms of your needs as well as other people's needs. And once again, finding that middle ground. Because you really don't want to lose your identity through your family. Now, that may sound a little bit negative or a little bit misconstrued, because you always want to identify with your family. It's important. But don't let that completely make who you are or portray onto other things and situations, or impose that type of vibe onto other things, because then you're not really staying true to yourself. And when you're not really true to yourself, you don't get back what you really need. So yeah, just overall, I want to say that that's what I'm getting from this card in this position. Okay, Sagittarius, so all in all, as a recap, make sure that you select certain people, or you let certain people into your life that are going to give you back what you give, or you get back an even amount of what you're giving, because then that prevents you from coming or reaching impasses with certain people. That leads, that also prevents you from self-destruction, from beating yourself up because you weren't true to yourself initially. But also being more compassionate with people, having better judgment overall in terms of the people you let into your life, and who deserves the fair and who deserves the not, or who deserves certain situations to transpire the way that they are. And also unforeseen happiness. I don't know, I'm just getting that really, really prevalently, the unforeseen happiness. Because when all these things change, this is the unforeseen happiness. All right, Sagittarius, I hope you enjoyed your reading for a little special for the full moon in Libra.